A federal judge recently blocked the Trump administration's restrictions on food stamps. U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson ruled that Congress explicitly defined what constitutes food for the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, and the USDA did not have the authority to arbitrarily waive or restrict these food items entirely. The USDA approved these bans in over 20 states without following mandatory public notice and comment periods. Plaintiffs in the lawsuit argued that the ban was confusing and created hardships for individuals and families managing chronic illnesses like diabetes, who occasionally needed to purchase specific foods to maintain their health or blood sugar levels. And you know what? I've never agreed with the restriction on food stamps. So basically what that means is the Trump administration was saying, well, if you're on food stamps, then you cannot buy cake, cookies, candy, sodas, chips, things like that. Because I guess the argument also is, well, when they're buying that, it makes them sick. And then we got to, spend money in other places. And it's like, yeah, that is true. But when do we become a society where we want to punch down on the poor? That's what it is. It's punching down on the poor. It's already very humbling to be poor, but then to have somebody tell you, well, you can't have cake. Even Marie Antoinette said, let them eat cake, right? At least that's what they said, she said. But nevertheless, Trump is like, no, they can't eat cake. They can't eat cake. They can't have cookies. They can't have chips or soda. But sir, it looked like you eating all that. In fact, for your birthday party where you had that UFC match on the White House front lawn, the taxpayers footed some of that bill. Now, I know some of the event organizers and stuff, they pledged all this money and they were going to fix the lawn and all these other things, but the taxpayers still had to pay for some of that. And there you were, just as giddy as ever. And I'm sure at your birthday party, you had cake. Sometimes you probably have a lot of cake. I don't know. You like Big Macs and things like that. Listen, I know you're a very wealthy man. You can buy whatever you want. But my point is, don't you got other things to be doing, sir, besides telling poor people what they can't have and this, that, and the other? Like I said, I get it. It's not good for anybody. Okay? And I'm not advocating that people eat those things. Don't mistake me in that. I'm against people telling other folks that you can't have it. You can't have it. And it's another punishment to be poor, because if you know anything about food stamps, you have to qualify for those, meaning that you're not making enough money to be able to buy food that will sustain you and your family. So it's help, it's supplemental. It's to help you buy things. Should you be buying things that are a little bit more healthier? Yeah. But do you really want to make that a law? You can't have cake. Why would you want to make that a law? I mean, Trump, he's got blue algae or whatever it is in the pool. I'm sure taxpayers are paying for that. He was asking Congress to help him finish building the ballroom that it was supposed to be private donors helping him do that. And now because he needs to feel safe and all that other foolishness. Just foolishness. But people can't have cake. Disgusting. So I'm glad that a federal judge said, nah, y'all doing too much. And you're breaking the rules, because you got to go by the rules set forth by Congress, that what constitutes food. And apparently they said cake, cookie, chips, and soda is considered to be food. So you got to kind of go by the what Congress says there, Trump. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. Do you think that people should be able to buy those things with food stamps or not? For more insightful commentary, please subscribe to the channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.